Hello.
Where's the group?
I don't know. You are in the car. I
I'm in
can
the car
see.
over to your side of town.
Okay. I don't know. Early should have canceled it today. Too late.
Okay.
It should already be on.
Meetings, have a life of their own.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What's that?
You're opening the ceiling in the car? Oh. Hey, the line froze. Wow. Wow.
Okay, Mario, you have to give the cheer now.
All right. You'll see the movie. Well, I may not. Oh, somebody's here. Johnny.
Yeah,
Es-
hi.
yo no sé por qué lo hace tan tarde. Ya.
Mira, me está rompiendo los huevos, haciendo las 4 también. Hacerlo en la mañana. We always used to do it in the morning. All of a sudden, it's got to be before Shabbos to rush my kishkas off.
And you know something? This is a long blast, anyhow.
I don't get it.
Well,
It's not even here.
a mí no me da tiempo de ir al Chile ahora, porque todavía no me bañé ni nada. ¿Lo estás llamando?
No.
Bava Kahana, the Eitzim Lasoka Tanohi, whether regular wood is used for fire, to make fire, that's a machlokes Tanoi, the Tanya. Ein moisrin perishvias, lola mishra v'lola kvusa. You cannot put fruit during Shemitah year, not just with eating, but you can't, for example, use it to soak flax or laundry. Rav Yossi Amar Noisnim Perish V'Zocha Misro Zocha Klusa. You can. What is their reasoning? My time Rabbanan Amar Kra La'achla. You're allowed to eat Perish but v'lo l'mishra, but not for like manufacturing use to make flax. La'achla v'lo l'kvusa. You can't use the fruits or the product of the fruits for laundry purposes. But Rav Yossi Amar Kra Lachem L'chol Tzarcheim. Not just eating, but you can use the fruits for any of your needs. I've Rabbanon Nami Haksiv Lachem. Why don't they include Mishra and Kvusa? Lachem Dumi La'achla. The Hana has to be something B'misha Anaso B'urin Shavit. So when you eat, you destroy the food and have Hana right at the same time. Yatsu Mishra Kvusa Shanaso Nachra B'urin. First you put the fruit in the soak. Then hours later, you'll get the benefit from it. That's excluded. Rabbi Yossi Nami Haksiv La'achla, and it should be not for these other things. Arba L'cha, Hahu Maboy L'Tanya, La'achla, V'lo L'Malugma. You can't use it to make a cast for your arm. Ata or a bandage. Ata Oimer La'achla V'lo L'Malugma. O Eina Ela La'achla V'lo L'Kvusa. Maybe it excludes laundry. So Kishu Oimer Lachem, Hare Kvusa Amor, that's already included in the permission. Hamani Makayim La'achla V'lo something, La'achla V'lo L'Malugma. Umara Isa L'Rabos HaKvusa L'Hotzis L'Malugma. Why do you say that you're allowed to use it for laundry but not for bandage? Marba Nisa Kvusa. Sheshava B'Choloda. Everybody needs laundry. Not everybody needs a bandage. Who is the following Baraisa going like? You can use perishvias to eat, but not to make a bandage. You cannot use it for perfume. You can't use it to make it an emetic, something that makes you vomit. Kiman. Rabbi Yossi, the Ik Rabbanan, Ikanami Mishra Kvusa, they also prohibit Mishra and Kvusa. Okay. Rabbi Yehuda Oimar, Yosef Rav Yosef Achrei Rab Abba Kamed Ravuna v'Yosef Ravuna v'Kama. Halachak Rabbi Yeshua ben Korach, Halachak Rabbi Yehuda. Adrin Rav Yosef, the halach is like that. Adrin Rav Yosef Lape. Rav Yosef turned his face like he didn't agree with the psak. Omar, Bishlam Rav Yeshua ben Korach. I needed to be told that the halacha is like him because whenever you have a debate between Yachid and many Chachamim, we follow the many. So here we have to be told the halacha is like the Yachid. What is the halacha, Rabbi Yeshua ben Korach? Ma'i, the Tanya. Rabbi Yeshua ben Korach Oimer. Milva b'shtar ein nifroin mehem. You have a loan. And a goy owes you money, and you don't collect from them on their holidays or near their holidays because they're very happy that they got rid of the debt and they go and they worship to their avodah zarah. But milval penny freud, a oral loan that's not documented by a note, that you can accept payment no matter what. Listen, if you can collect on an oral loan, it's like gefunden is Geld. It's like you're saving money from their hands. So that's the halacha of Rabbi Yeshua ben Korach. El halacha Rabbi Yehuda Lamali. Why did I have to be told that the halacha is Rabbi Yehuda? Machloikes v'achar kach stami. It's a machlokes, and then there's halacha stead without names. Umachlokes v'achar kach stam, halacha stam. Where do we see this? Machlokes b'Bava KAma. In the first chapter of the major work on Nizikin, you have Bava KAma, Bava Metzia, Bava Basra. So Bava KAma, it says, Litzbolo Adam, you hired somebody to dye a garment red. Utzvo Shachar. Or Shachar Utzvo Adam. Rameir Oimer Noisan Lod made summer. He's coining it with a shinoi. You have to give the original owner the value of the wool. Rabbi Yehuda Oimer Mashvach Yisrael Yitzia, Noisan Less Yitzia. You pay the expenses if the shvach is more. Ima Yitzia Yisrael HaShvach, Noisan Less HaShvach. Usasam Bava Mitzia. In Bava Mitzia, we have a machlokas without names, which is called stam. It's not kol mishane. Whoever changes the terms of a deal, yadol tachtona. V'chol hachozer bo yadol tachtona. If he goes back on the deal, he does not have the upper hand. Rav Huna. So why did we need to be said that the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda? It's true. That we don't follow an order just because one sugya was mentioned first. There's no seder. It's the same as stam v'achar machlokas. So I have to be told, no, the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda. Whenever we have this name ein seder lemishnah, so Rav Huna says no. When we say that there's no chronology in Divrei Chazal, that's in one masechta. But if you have two different masechtos, you do say this concept. Rav Yosef holds kul nezikin chad masechta. Bava KAma, Bava Mitzia, Bava Basra is all considered one masechta. It already had a standardized halacha, kol mishane yara l'tachtona, v'chol hachozer ber yara l'tachtona. So we have to have that halacha in the name of Rav Yehuda as well. Ton Rabban. Anoisen mois l'shluch likach lochit. You gave money to a shaliach to buy wheat. V'lakach mehen so'er, he bought barley. Or you told him to buy barley, so'er v'lakach mehen chitit. Tanya chada impachsu, if there's a loss, pachsu lo. The shaliach loses out. V'moisir, if you made money on the deal, osiru. He gets the loss or the benefit. The tanya chada impachsu pachsu lo. If the loss, then he eats the loss. But im hoisiru, they divided, osir lemsa. Am Rav Yech loikash, Rav Meir, Rav Yehuda. Because since the shaliach changed what the balabais told him to do, he acquired it. So if it goes up, it goes down, it all accrues to him. Rabbi Yehuda Damarshinu ain't a coin. Let's say a shaliach is told to dye wool or to make a chair. So he's roy to that. Aval l'schoira, but he's given merchandise to go do business. Maybe lo amar, maybe don't say the same halach. Elam Rab Lazar of Rab Meir. We're all talking about shinui koine. Lo kasha kan lachila kan l'schoira. If the wheat was bought for achila, for his own purposes, versus if it's a business deal. They laughed at him in Eretz Yisrael. The guy who sold the wheat, how does he know who the shaliach is? The shaliach is showing up with money. He doesn't know that he's just a shaliach. So, and Maski Flar Shua Bar Sarti, based on that svar, even a shaliach sent to buy chitin, and he buys chitin, the one who sold the chitin doesn't know who he's selling to. Yeah, but at least the shlichus was accomplished. V'chi balabayis dami. He's like the balabayis teda. It's not. Echad hamagdish nechotzav. Somebody who donates his assets to the Beis Hamikdash. V'echad hamarches atzmo, or he pledges to give the value of himself to the Beis Hamikdash. Ein lo b'ksus ishto. He can't give over to the Beis Hamikdash his wife's clothing. V'lo b'ksus banav, and not his children's clothing. V'lo b'tzeva shetzava lishman, and not dye that is given to them. V'lo b'sandalim chadoshim shalachim lishman, or not shoes that were bought for them. Ve'amai. Leima chanami mi yodil et sabat sheyagnet zivilo isha. Who the one who dyed the wool didn't know that it's being done for the woman and not for the husband. He accepted the money from the husband, not from the isha. Elalav mishum damrinan shlichus ka'avid uchiad ishto dami uchachanami shlichus ka'avid uchiad balabais dami. Same thing by the case of the chid. Amravav lo kol hamagdish nechazav ein dai toksus ishto vana. If you designate assets of the Beis Hamikdash, your wife's clothing are excluded. Masking Rav Zer, v'chidatu shaladam atfilov. What about his tefillin? Does a person have that in mind to donate to the Beis Hamikdash? Utnan, hamagdish nechazav madan lo tefillin. He has to give over the tefillin too. Amalei Abaye in daitu shaladam al tefillin. Hamagdish nechazav saver mitzvah kavidna. Because it's all doing mitzvahs. But he doesn't want to get into fights with his wife, so his mind was not on the clothing. It's the same if he designates, he wants to give his value to the Beis Hamikdash. The Bezdin can go into your house and take your assets. Would a person think that that's what his mind was on? It's as if these are included in his original assets. You buy a field for a friend, we don't force him to sell. But now, my comment, we don't understand what this means. Rav Sheshes. Hachi Kama. I go to buy a field, and I say I'm buying it for the Reish Galusa, or if I'm buying it on behalf of a mafia chieftain. We don't force the sale to go back. Vim Omar, if the buyer says to the seller, Almanas, that we're going to put the name of the Rosh Galosha here, then Koifin is Rosh Galosha Limkor. Then we force the Rosh Galosha to write a star with the name of the Kona, with the name of the true buyer. Omar Mar. Haloker Soda B'Shem Rosh Galosha. If I buy a field in the name of the Rosh Galosha, and Koifin is Rosh Galosha Limkor, we don't force the Rosh Galosha to put his name on a star. But Mechlal de Makda Kanyale. But it's a good kinyan. Lema pliga de b'nei marava. Let us say that this is in contradistinction to the people in Eretz Yisrael, the Amri. The chimi or deal bal chitin sheik nechitin balabayis. That means the Bal Asada doesn't know who he's selling to. They told the Bal Asada, but they told the Edim. Elema Seifa. Almanas, if you make a condition, koifnos Reish Galusa limko. We do force the Reish Galusa to write a star. Amai. Lema Reish Galusa, lo yikraichu be'eni, I don't need the covet. I don't need the bizayon, that you're using my name like for honor. You're being mezalzel me. And afterwards you're making me like I'm a purchaser of all these fields. This is how you have to understand the brisa. Which is the Reish Galusa. We don't force the seller to do it again and to write a new shtar mechira, to write it with the real buyer in place. Okay. Have a good Shabbos, everybody. Tomorrow we'll learn at 7:30 the Daf Yomi.
Shabbos.
Shabbos. Johnny.
Shabbos.
Shabbos, everybody.